Hello and welcome to
Jo-ttack on Titan.
Jo-ttack on Titan. We're keeping it.
Alright.
Jo-ttack on Titan. Jim-tack on Titan. Sam also called. It's also called that.
No, it's not.
I'm Jim.
I'm Sam, and Jim's memories have been fucked with.
Yeah, it's almost like my fucking head exploded.
You got a severe concussion, which you can't heal as a Titan.
Yeah, the top half of my head exploded. And I'm trying to remember what episodes we watched.
Your conscious is trying to shift back into your regenerated brain.
So this is an Attack on Titan rewatch podcast, or well, technically I'm rewatching it. Sam is watching it.
First time.
We watched season 3 episodes 15 through 18, also known as overall episodes 52 through 55. I hate that I have to do that.
Yeah.
So
Can't have nice things.
incredible arc. This is kind of like one of the most like pivotal moments in the series.
I can feel that, definitely.
What did you think?
It's fucking madness. Like, literally, like, everything's, like, crazy. So much is happening.
Not only do we have the conclusion to the Shiganshina battle, which has been, like, crazy, we're also, like, ramping up right to the basement. I feel like we're, like, an inch from the basement. We had Levi fight Beast Titan. We had Eren.
We had the suicide charge.
We had
Eren and Armin taking out the Colossal Titan. We have Reiner jobbing out for the 4th time.
He just loves to job.
And ready to go for number 5 in the future.
We will see. But yeah, I mean, for me, this is probably like one of the most like hype, intense. The whole thing, I was like at the edge of my seat the first time I was watching the whole thing with Armin when Levi had the Sophie's Choice.
Yeah.
Also, I don't think I saw the flash forward in the end credits. I think I missed that when I did my watch through, so I didn't have that. So that's why I made sure you did.
So I had the full viewing
perfectly
experience.
Crafting your viewing experience.
Oh boy.
But so, yeah, I mean, where to even start? There's like so much happening. We kind of summarized all of it.
We literally started the first episode we watched with like Marco being killed, like because Bertholdt and Reiner are very bad at this whole like espionage, like infiltration thing of just talking out their stuff in the middle of a battle where like a lot of scouts are like flying around, or not even scouts, it's like the new recruits.
Yeah, we have from the Tross battle, right?
Yeah.
They're literally just like idiots again.
Yeah, while Eren's carrying on the boulder, it's like literally to say out loud, like, "Oh no, that he's plugging up the hole that we made as Titans," and then like Marco's like, "What the fuck are you guys talking about?" And then like they like, "Okay, he knows because we heard his heartbeat." So
one moment when like Marco is like, "Haha, what are you guys doing?" and he tries to get away, and like the look that Reiner and Bertholdt give him, it's like pure venom. And then I just think this whole scene is so crazy. So we actually saw part of this already, which is weird and I didn't know about because we watched the Annie OVA.
Yeah, in our own OVA Sundays.
OVA on day, yeah, we had an OVA on our final OVA on day, I think it was.
Well, yeah, for
until there's a new one. But so there is a little quick scene in the Annie OVA where we see from Annie's perspective removing the gear from Bertholdt.
That and the scene too, like Marco being held.
Yeah, and then seeing Marco get held and like crushed, and then we see almost that exact scene again. I don't know if it was reanimated or so. I think the Lost Girls OVA came out before this. Actually, I don't know. I literally don't. I could look it up, but I won't.
Yeah, but it's literally just Reiner being just the absolute like worst. He's like the main villain out of everybody, and just like telling Annie, like, "Annie, you have to take off the gas and his gear. Like, you have to do it." And I'm like,
it's really fucked.
You, Reiner.
And seeing Annie, it's really interesting because our picture of Annie in season 1 was that she was like really cold and calculating, like would just kill people all the time.
So all the emotion we saw was like the laughing. When she like found out,
yeah, her coom face, her funny little face, and then of course, she does cry when she's beaten by Levi in the forest.
Yeah, it's more so that like, oh, I won't, either I'm screwed or I won't see my father again, essentially.
Yeah, and because the whole like Eren,
because that's how Reiner like guilts her basically by saying you're gonna fail your father and not see him again, kind of stuff. And I said this to Jim. With all like the marketing makes you think the Colossal Titan's like the biggest villain in the show, but it's really Reiner is like the bad guy. Like as like I told, and that's what I told you, but compared to like Hunter x Hunter Chimera Ant, where like Miriam is not the main villain of the arc. It's Poof, who's just like this other like similarly blonde haired guy that's like an asshole that's trying to like gaslight people into like being more of a threat than they are.
And it's interesting too because like Reiner seems like the leader. Like Reiner, like
even
Bertholdt seems to sort of like defect to him.
Yeah, and Reiner is like a total jobber though.
Yeah, it's really funny. Reiner, I mean, we'll talk about Reiner more in the future, obviously, because he gets out of this arc. But Reiner is like one of my favorite characters in the series. I think he's got like a really compelling arc. We've only just begun to crack into it.
I really thought Reiner probably would have been the person fed because he seemed more friendly of just being like, okay, and he's another like similar human titan that's just gonna help him fight, and we can just keep the design because it kind of looks like Gene or something. I don't know, but like they went with the Colossal Titan, so they expect more CG in the future.
It is crazy. It is kind of insane that like the Colossal Titan is now. Like we'll get to it, but like it's weird to think that they've harnessed the power of the Colossal Titan.
Yeah.
So one of the other things I want to point out, this is a very important line. So when they're like killing Marco and like having regrets about it, Reiner says something like, "Oh, have you become attached to this evil race?" He also calls them a filthy race.
Yeah, the racist.
He's a racist. Race is now a thing. Well, I guess we knew
that.
Wow,
a racist named Reiner, real original. Never heard that before.
So what else do we have? Oh, we also finally get. Oh, so I do want to say this: the actual scene when Marco gets eaten. Everyone's very sad. Even Reiner is crying.
Well, he also did the similar to what he did when he was like, when they kidnapped Eren and Ymir, where he's just like kind of like
he has like a psychotic break. He's like
a psychotic break.
Why is Marco being eaten? Like that's what he says.
He's like regressing, kind of just forgetting everything. Like it's like a split personality. It seems to kind of be forming where like it's the soldier and then the warrior essentially.
Yeah.
But yeah, and I really thought he was going to like cough up him killing Marco. But like you said, we might have that now with Armin with the memories once he go back to Christoria. That's and Jim can never remember her name is Historia we watch.
I literally I never had a problem with it until the rewatch, and then I got so used to calling her Krista on these, and then now I'm fucked.
But yeah, so
we also we kind of the flashback of the Shinganshina goes to like the modern day, and it's kind of like Bertholdt and Zeke. Oh, we learn who the Beast Titan is.
His name is Zeke.
They call him War Chief Zeke.
Yeah.
Finally, so okay, back forever ago, we were recording one of these, and like in season 2, I accidentally said Zeke's name.
Oh, did you?
And I spoiled that by accident, but you didn't pay attention, and you didn't notice
maybe because you said like Zeke, and I thought you were saying Beast. I was just like, oh yeah, like half listening.
So I'm happy that I don't have to bite my tongue. I can finally call him Zeke. Unfortunately,
I'm still going with my theory that it is Erwin's dad, though.
Interesting.
I still kind of think that because we never got his dad's name. He looks like he has good glasses.
He's like young though. He's as young as like Erwin is.
Yeah, but aging is weird when you're a Titan.
Do we know that? Is it?
I don't know. Do we know glasses seem to be a pretty menacing thing inside this universe.
They were different glasses though. Like what's his face? Erwin's dad had like regular glasses. I'm kind of pointing you towards a conclusion here.
Yeah, I know. I can guess that. But
I just don't want you to like.
Just like Marco's coming back.
I don't want you to get your hopes up that Erwin's dad is going to show up.
Yeah, or it's going to be like fucking Eren's dad's best friend or his dad's brother or something like that.
So I do want to say,
because he needs to know his dad.
Yeah, there's one line. I guess we'll just say it now since we're talking about it. At the end, he's so. Zeke has this moment where he's like talking to Eren and he's like recognizes him and he says that I wrote it down, hold on. I was like I freaking
he's like, you look nothing like your father.
Yeah, he says he's like, you're not like your father. Oh wait, no, sorry, this is a different thing. Oops. We'll get to that too. Whatever.
I guess where he said
there's a part where he's basically like, we've both been wronged by your father is like the line.
Because another thing because when he had the whole like last episode where they had like him going to the instructor and just says like you look like your mother but you have your father's like basically killer eyes.
The kill drive.
So yeah. so yeah. Yeah, that could still happen. Just be like either like his dad's like brother or like best friend at the time, or like
interesting, yeah.
just betraying best friend who went to go live with the human after wiping his memory.
And we'll just mention it now. But the final thing he says to Eren is that he'll be back to save him.
Yeah,
he says, "I'm going to come back to save you."
Yeah,
interesting.
I that was like a very thing I expected for him to say.
I wonder if the Zeke character will come back at all.
Oh man, never to be seen again.
All right, we can kind of go quickly through some of this because a lot of it is just kind of like events happening.
Yeah, it's basically like the Beast Titan like still throwing rocks. He's chucking. Eventually, because Reiner's like with no head, but luckily.
So yeah, with the whole Reiner thing, what I just want to mention is we finally get like Bertholdt in the fight. Bertholdt has been sitting in a little fucking barrel.
I literally joked that he's like in a box with holes cut in it, but he's close.
He literally is like
with a barrel with a hole cut into it.
So yeah, we see Zeke chucks him. I cringed for a second because I was like, "Oh, did I spoil Zeke's name?" But I just forgot we had that conversation.
Yes.
So Zeke chucks him. There's one Titan's name that I cannot say because they've not been revealed yet.
The Titan, yes.
Yes, I cannot say this Titan's name yet. So, unfortunately, I'll have to call them the Pack Mule Titan. But so Pack Mule Titan brings up...
You gotta stick with another stupid name that Sam made
It's gonna break me. Pack Mule Titan brings over Bertholdt in the barrel. They throw him, and instead of just... So there was like a whole moment where like Reiner's headless body like screams to get like the location.
It's the sign, yeah.
So Bertholdt could have exploded here and gone like Armor Titan, or Colossal Titan, but he doesn't, because he like sees Reiner.
And probably his blast could have probably vaporized him, as we can see.
And I think that is part of it, but I think there's also part of it too. And like, he has a whole like one-on-one conversation with Armin, and it's kind of like he was testing himself almost. Yeah. Like he wanted to see if he had the resolve to face Armin again. Because last time he was like
crying.
Chicken shit. Yeah, he wasn't even like transformed, and he was crying and shitting and pissing.
Yeah, he being a little bitch. Because like, I knew you're gonna threaten me with Annie and everything, and they gonna work.
Yeah, so the Armin does the thing. So Armin's coming off a string of victories right now, but then this is like a big, like fail for him. Like he big L he takes here to use the modern parlance.
Talk to Jutsu did not work.
Yeah, Bertholdt. I really like this scene too, because Bertholdt is a character that has been like almost nothing.
He's been a bitch to like every other characters instead of just being himself.
Having him like really become like this threat. And he talks about how his demands. So Armin is like, "Hey, can we talk?" And he's like, "If I agree to talk, can I kill you guys too?" And he's like, "What?"
These fucking Titans and they're like the shifters that are just like have these one-sided conversations that are aren't gonna go anywhere because.
So he says that he wants two things. He wants all the humans in the walls to die, and Eren.
Yeah.
So obviously they're like, "No, we're not gonna do this."
That's dumb.
He does have a fight with Mikasa and kind of wins, which is really weird.
Somehow, like Mikasa gets like a surprise attack, and somehow he's able to do a 180 to block it, which is like very impressive by power scaling like human forms.
If he was like Levi, if he was like Ackerman, like because we know the Ackermans are like genetic superhumans for some reason.
Yes,
it would make sense. But the fact that Bertholdt, I feel like. It's fine. Like, they want to give Bertholdt, like, an epic moment, but it feels weird to have Mikasa job out for once.
You're like, because like, you agreed to Ryan, like, yeah, this is kind of weird. I bet you were joking with me, I kind of feel like you're kind of, like, agreeing with me. Or, like, just being, like, really weird how powerful this guy who's... Because at least with Annie, we show how competent she is as a human fighting, as, like, a soldier.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
Like, that's her whole thing, is that she's been training her whole life for this.
Bertholdt, Reiner, and, like, see, like Marco, who just kind of seem like... just there to talk and like give like commentary.
Marco was there for little pep speeches, and then he was there to die.
Yeah, but like one of those like I'm not a fighter, I'm just a talker kind of thing, or like I'm gonna explain everything and panic. We just give that like set like face of shock every like 5 seconds. Mm-hmm. But yeah, so basically because like cuts his ear.
Oh yeah, she does slice his ear off.
Essentially, he transforms. And because there's a nuclear explosion.
So what happens here is they try and like get to cover, but Hanji squad is also like surrounding him at the time because that was like their play was to like distract him.
A squad to go to Reiner and a squad to basically go to Bertholdt and either distract him or like stop him from transforming. Which if Mikasa sliced him, she should have known.
Yeah, it was kind of a bad move. She should have only gone for a kill shot.
Do we've seen stabs in the neck that don't work, or just do the stupid thing of you hit him with a button in the back of the neck and they're knocked out for like an hour.
Yeah. Yeah, then you're not causing... I guess it'd be internal
or a punch
bleeding.
to the gut.
Yeah, something that's not a
kick in the balls.
But so ultimately what happens is he goes freaking ghost, he explodes.
Yeah, Hanji squad's wiped.
Yeah.
It's just like the training squad essentially left inside there, and they have to deal with that bullshit as now.
So after this moment, so once the Colossal tightens up, it's kind of like a big moment where they're like, what do we do? We have no guidance right now.
What do we do?
And then Armin...
He's like throwing buildings, lighting the buildings on fire, and basically the horses are going to be screwed on the other side if we don't like act quick.
Yeah, they've got like a time limit. They don't have time to wait around. And Armin defers command to Gene.
Because he doesn't know what to do yet. And
yeah.
Gene eventually says this, but he's like, I can like read the room and like give a basic plan, but to fight this guy, I have no clue. This is what you're up for. Like, I can just do these basic like commands for movement.
Yeah, so they end up trying to attack him and it doesn't work. And Eren tries to like attack him and he's like tiny. He's literally like 6 inches tall.
He gets kicked.
Compared to him.
He gets kicked on a wall.
It's very funny. Oh, we didn't talk about the CG.
Yeah, CG.
It's bad.
Yeah, it's very bad.
It's
very janky. There's this one like scene where it's just like very glossy looking. I think it looks like a Curse of Cowardly Dog CG thing, but they tried to animate the entire thing and then instead of just like 2 things at the head, and this is like a decade after that.
Yeah, I just don't enjoy I mean, like, Wit does such a good job with everything else.
Yeah.
I'm able to put up with the one ugly eyesore of CGI, and they do draw him a lot. Like, he does, like, when he's in, like, close-ups, he's drawn a lot. But those big shots, they just couldn't. And it's kind of funny, too. Sometimes with Reiner, because once Reiner gets back up, that's, like, the other thing. He looks a little janky sometimes. Like, I told Sam that, like, this is, like, a thing I've heard online, so grain of salt. But a lot of the animators would say that it's really difficult to do Reiner scenes when he's in armor mode because it's just so much on him to animate. So you can tell that when he's like a distance model, he's very simplified.
Or just the other thing where he run, but the background would just move. The background would be the thing that's moving more than like him to show you that he's being forward. Yeah,
so they do give some pretty cool scenes with him later, but like you can tell that those look a little janky too. But it's not a big deal. Yeah. Well, it's like fine.
Eren gets kicked. The other members of the squad kind of try to go in on him, but like the steam works. But then eventually, like they're like trying. What the fuck do we do? Reiner is back up as well, but
he's like fully fucking healed.
I guess so. Like there's a really cool shot of like him with like his hat, like his face still growing.
Yeah, that's awesome. I love that imagery.
But basically, because we're basically going to talk about like this stuff going on right now. Then we'll cut to like the other wall stuff.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah. So he basically gets a plan of, okay, the Cloud Titan gets skinnier because he's weak right now, and that steam basically just goes through energy, so he keeps like getting skinnier and skinnier, and that's going to be our time to shine, essentially.
Specifically, Armin notices that like the fleshy parts will like get like depleted as time goes on. So he aimed like we end up learning like he aims for like the bone.
And if he's out of energy, he can't do steam, so we can get a shot in at least.
Yeah.
So Armin goes to Eren, and the other squad has to go take care of Reiner, so they can like do their plan essentially.
And it's just kind of another one of those cool action scenes where we have people like fighting separate fights.
Let's talk about the armor titan stuff because the big stuff comes from the Colossal stuff.
Yeah, so it's funny because like the way that the episode's paced is not how we're talking about it. Because like
it's just easier to kind of.
I agree. But it's funny because like the whole thing with they're fighting armored, Reiner, because his head exploded, he has like some memory loss. Like he doesn't remember basically the last like maybe like 8 hours. The last thing he remembers is like hanging out with Bertholdt on the wall. And then so one scene we didn't mention, Bertholdt like comes down and like talks to his like brain as it's regrowing, telling him basically like
right to his consciousness.
Yeah. Directly into his consciousness. So we have this whole scene where Reiner is like regrowing still, and he's like not exactly sure what he's like. He has a goal, but he's like
his goal basically is to get to Bertholdt. I'm pretty sure
that, or like probably the same thing as like just collect Eren. Like we need to find a way to collect Eren.
And they have like three of the thunder spears left. And basically, it's a really cool fucking scene where like they try to get the jaw, and like I think the one gets like bounced off, and like Mikasa gets like exploded from the back essentially.
Yeah, I think what happens is Sasha gets like impaled by a big wood, and she misses it because of that.
Mikasa uses one earlier. I think it hurts herself a little bit on like the Colossal Titan. I think. But she does use it on the Colossal Titan, and the steam pushes back and like hurts her a little bit. But
she gets shrapnel.
But no, it's like you don't even see it. She's like, you're bleeding. I don't see where she's bleeding from. But and basically they have 3 left after that. And then so they have 1 to the mouth, which kind of breaks like a little bit of the armor. And then because the plan is get Mikasa to get one into his throat to blow him out from the inside, which is a fucking rad ass plan.
But unfortunately, because
this plan works better than like anything cutting the nape. Honestly,
it is really cool. But so. Unfortunately, one of the misses, I think it's Sasha misses.
Yes.
So the mouth's only partially open. And then, OMG, Hanji is back, and she's missing an eyeball.
Yeah, Sasha and Jean get shrapnel. Sasha and Jean get a little bit of shrapnel.
Yeah, she gets the big wood shell.
Sasha gets KO, but Jean's still, like, fine. But and
Hanji shows up.
Hanji comes back. Like, okay, they didn't show Hanji's body. They don't show that character dying unless, it has to be on camera.
Yeah,
that's not a character to get killed off screen. Yeah, Hanji with the Viking eye of the one eye with the goggles, which I don't remember predicting, but Jim said I did.
Yeah, so forever ago in like season 2, we had a discussion
because I think I said she had the goggles like Viking, and she's gonna end up with, or like, they always do the thing where they shine her eye like always like just one side. I think I probably said something alluding to that.
No, we were talking about like. I like brought it because we talked about eye patches, and I was like, "Oh, what characters do you think would be cool if they had an eye patch?" And you immediately said Hanji.
Yeah, cause I think I said with the Viking look from Guilty Gear. Cause
but also, this is insane. So,
do you talk about how Hanji survived?
Oh well, yeah. There's one thing I want to say. Okay, yeah, we'll say that first, and then I want to go into something. But Hanji, how does Hanji survive, Sam?
Like the X-Men. Remember the what movie was it? The Wolverine, where they show him World War II, where he jumped into a well with the one guy.
I don't remember this.
That's literally how he survived the nuke in Japan by like jumping into a well and surviving it. So Hanji basically gets pushed into a well and survives the nuke like that.
She does. It's fine.
It's probably like a World War II story of someone surviving the nuke from jumping into a well. I bet
it makes sense. It's one of those things that kind of like I can understand that.
I can see that being like a tale from it.
But so yeah, Hanji's back. Somehow she lost an eye. Whatever.
It's cool now.
It's cool. We love it. But so in season 2, the OP for season 2. Somehow predicts this but it's weird because
what do you mean predicts it?
Because there's a scene in the OP of season 2 where it shows Hanji's face and then her eye that she loses, the goggle like shatters.
Oh wow.
But that was before she lost her eye in the manga. So maybe Ishiyama like told them. Or to me, it's like one of those things.
It's just a cool symbolic thing of just like maybe something happens to Hanji,
and then it ended up just being like the exact eye that she loses. I want to show it to you later, but it's funny. Like because on this rewatch, I was like looking for things in the OPs. And I'm like, whoa, well, how do they predict that? And I looked it up, and people were like, yeah, this was like before it happened in the manga.
Interesting,
so, hilarious that happened.
But yeah, Hanji gets in there, and then Mikasa gets in there, says a one-liner, and blows. Fucking awesome shot of just Reiner getting blasted out from the back, like inside out eventually.
It's fucking awesome. The way he like gets launched is so cool.
And I said, Reiner jobs more as the Armor Titan than like Eren gets kidnapped. He has beaten the Eren kidnap counter, I believe.
You got to keep those tallies running, Sam.
And more to come apparently.
He's still alive.
So we'll kind of like cut it from there because we're going to go to like the epilogue after because that's like that whole episode kind of a thing. So then we have Armin and Eren, where Eren kind of like, oops, I fell off the wall. And then, like,
very hilarious that Eren pretended to fall off the wall.
Oops. Eren sucks. Like, oh, that's in character for Eren.
There's a part, too, where Bertholdt's like, it's going to be pretty easy.
it's like that famous thing of Thanos, like, oops, I dropped the cube in the old, like, 70s comic, where just, like, him being, like, he's too tricky for his own good. But, like, yeah, Eren, like, slipped and falls down, like, into, like, the little hole, like, the actual, like, big hole in the wall.
So this is the one that was not sealed.
Yes.
Which is cool. Because, like, we already... So now both... With this, the sealing, both sides are sealed now, which is neat. We did it.
So basically, Eren's sitting there, and, like, Bertholdt thinks that, he has to recover more because he got his ass beat. So yeah, Armin and Eren have a little chat and everything. Like, he does the whole stab Eren to wake him up and chat to him, like... remember that promise we had? We're going to see the ocean. So, yeah, and then basically, after Eren falls down, Armin goes, like, grapples onto his teeth, essentially, and then just gets, like...
He just lets himself get crispy.
Microwave hallway, but more toasty on there.
Yeah, he gets like, so it's interesting.
Literally, his clothes like burn off.
We see
his weapons melt.
We see the armor. No, oh my gosh, the Colossal Titan. He like glows red, and when he's like emitting this, it's almost like he's emitting pure fire. Like it's not just steam anymore. He's like, maybe it's because he's like at his reserves.
It feels like radiation. Like
which it makes sense because now.
He's a little nuke.
As I told you, like he's just a nuke now. Like the armored, oh my gosh, I did it again. Colossal Titan's power is just nuclear power.
Steam and nuclear power. Nuclear steam, essentially.
You might be able to like justify it that way. The Titan powers are pretty weird. I mean, like Armor's power is that he's just got a lot of armor.
Yeah, and originally Colossal was just the steam, but now it's like the nuclear fucking waves.
Annie's power is that she's just a female.
Because literally that one thing where they're all like trying to get the Colossal at first, and just the steam is just keeping them away. But like, what if he just turned it up more? He probably would have fried everybody there.
Yeah, but it would have all. Maybe it's like, I think he was confident enough to do it because it was just Eren and him left, so he was like, oh, I'm just gonna win anyway.
Sure, but yeah, he is trying like, why is Armin still sitting there for so long? He's like fucking madman. He waiting for me to
so crispy.
Maybe wait. Yeah, he gets like fucking everything burned off. It's like fucking horrifying. It's like the worst way to fucking go. And we even know that he's not fully dead by the end of it too, which is even like scary, like horrifying.
It's horrible. I feel so bad for my boy Armin. So this episode's called Hero. It was very insane.
He is our hero, a little hero. But yeah, after he gets fucking burned off and flies away. Like, he sees Eren is a statue, like the ice statue, essentially.
He hardened, yeah.
And Eren, fucking in human form, kills him, essentially. Like,
this shot is so fucking awesome.
The one kill Eren deserves the most to do is the Colossal Titan one, so...
It feels so, like, earned. Like, waiting so long for this moment. Ever since, like, the beginning of Season 1.
You didn't fuck up. This is a good job. Like, you're actually doing good this time.
And that scene where Bertholdt realizes he's, like, tries to look behind him, but he's too big and he can't. And then good. I also, like, they mentioned this way early in Season 1, but, like, early Levi just devises a strategy of how to remove someone from the Titan. And you have to basically cut their arms and legs off to do it. Like, yeah. And I love that we see that happen every time.
Eren literally cuts, like, immediately. That just grabs him and just rips him out with, like, one arm. It's so cool.
It's so fucking cool. And then, so, at this moment, we know... Or, well, they don't do, like, the flashback again, but were you thinking in that moment of, like, could this be used on Armin? Like...
Yes. I immediately thought, okay, once I remember he had the syringe, and I saw the wound that Erwin gets, I'm like, okay, it's going, and this is why he would be so mad that he was going to use on Erwin, and Armin's right there because he's showing signs of a little bit of life.
Mm.
I knew that was coming. That was the logical. Why they would fight.
It's so painful because I could feel it coming too, especially once like you like realize, the way that Erwin got hit. We should talk about the Erwin thing.
Yeah.
But so, okay, flashback a bit to the other side of the wall. We have Beast Titan is pelting, or Zeke, I'm going to call him
bombarding.
Zeke now. He's like throwing. So the one episode is called Perfect Game. I think it's called Perfect Game. Also, I have to say, he makes a lot of like baseball references. Like,
this is a baseball episode, Jim.
It is a baseball episode.
Yeah.
He does make the. I think he literally says like in Japanese, like game set or something.
Yeah, he basically does like pitch stuff. He talks about perfect game over. He does like a change up essentially where he like he does a different like a more of like an underhand pitch. My baseball knowledge is 100%. It might have been a change up.
I know less. I know even less.
It wasn't a fastball, but he was kind of doing because like there is a certain because like pitches are all about like. How you hold it and then you throw like the twist in your hands, like fastball normal. There's like a knuckleball, like it's like different ways to like. And I guess there's fucking baseball outside the entire village where the bad guys are.
There might be,
but
so I
can't wait to see the fucking like
the diamond. See that epic diamond.
The diamond is the first thing we're gonna see once we get outside the walls, not the ocean.
No. So okay, I have to say like so. There's basically what happens here is. Erwin needs to devise a strategy to how to beat Beast, and these scenes I find to be incredibly emotional.
Because the only people that are left are the new recruits and with the horses and everything. The new recruits are like fucking like their morale is like at an all-time low. They can't really retreat with Eren because like
there's like just no way. They're surrounded by Titans. They still don't know they don't even know what's happening on the other side of the wall. Like they see Eren crash against the wall for one moment, and they're like. this guy, like, is he really losing already?
Yeah, and basically there's only one plan with the smallest percentage of actually working, and to get like.
And it basically has no percentage of work, because Erwin even acknowledges,
the only thing that's successful is to get Levi to the Beast Titan. And just to distract the Beast Titan enough for him to get to him.
So yeah, the scouts are just living in pure terror. A lot of these scouts are brand new too. They like Flock. Flock is the red-haired, the fuckboy. He is like fresh-faced. Like, this is like, I honestly kind of feel for him in this arc, because it is horrible that they're in this situation, and it is pretty meaningless to be like, to die this way.
Yeah.
And of course, like, Erwin has this amazing speech where he talks about how, like, it's not meaningless. It's like, the meaning is like what you give into it, and like
all those people
treating, like, yeah, like all of your comrades.
All those people you said died for nothing. Like, though they die for something, like, that's just, our job is to make them die for something.
Exactly. Like, it's on you to make it so their sacrifice means something, which I find very moving. Even though I'm not a very jingoistic person.
This is like I said, these are just these speeches just to get people to do all these things.
Also, the moment. So this one moment is like probably one of the most emotional scenes for me. Like, the scene where Levi and Erwin have like a heart to heart, basically, and. It's like so funny in a meta sense, the way Erwin is like, I just want to see the damn basement. Like, I know I won't get to, and I'm so fucking close. And we actually don't see this like solution, like the real end of the scene, until a little bit later.
Well,
but Levi like has to give him the order, essentially.
Yeah.
He wants Levi to give him the order of what to do, because he can't make that decision himself.
The order is like, the one way you can get there, the clear path to you, and it's like, it's the Titans that are lined up. I'm like, oh fuck yeah.
That part is awesome.
But yeah, it's basically and that's when like the charge is gonna happen. When right at the throat, they have to shoot flares out, and this is like the most iconic moment I think from this. Is this charge?
It's so iconic.
This is something I seen someone post a clip of, and I knew ahead of time what's happening.
Okay, so we were talking early on, I think a few episodes ago when we were watching it. You mentioned that you're like, oh, I think I know about the charge, and then you said, and who dies in it, and then I smirked to myself.
No, I said I don't know the fate of the guy who's thinking charge.
So when you said that, I smirked because I was like, he doesn't even know about the Sophie's choice that Levi has to do later.
But once I see the wound, I kind of knew what was coming. But
yeah, and it's really, they like, when I was watching it the first time, I was like hoping that they were all like lying, like they keep saying like no one's gonna survive.
I thought Fuckboy was just gonna like hide, break formation and hide.
Yeah, but he doesn't. He sticks to his credit, Flock sticks with it.
Flock sticks with it.
He still acknowledges his cowardice, but he like did.
Poor Joshu gets a rock to the face.
Yes, Marlowe. So Marlowe is kind of like, he's kind of a foil to the Flock here in a way, where like Marlowe has always been super, like, what's the word? He's like super into the scouts and like doing the right thing. But even he is kind of being shaken by this.
Very loyal, but like, still going in there. But like, he's having that, he sees like the change up of the pitch and just like realizes what's about to happen. And
this scene sucks. I'm so sad with this scene, because he like
realizes about what Hitch is probably just sleeping right now. I wonder about her, and he's like, oh, I get it now, and then just fucking gets rock to the face.
And that moment too from a few episodes ago where he's like, oh, I don't know why Hitch was so mad at me for leaving her and coming to a fucking suicide mission. It's like, Marlowe, you could have gotten with Hitch, one of the hottest girls in the series.
Wouldn't it be that are alive, you mean?
True. Also, they do show a shot of Hitch like sleeping in, and she's drooling, and it's very cute.
But yeah, and then
like
everybody basically dies, and then once like the Beast Titan kind of like notices like Titans next to him are just like fucking dead, and then it's the funniest thing, just like, oh, I have a flashback of the two telling me that
watch out for Levi.
Like, oh, this must be Levi. He's not gonna be that tough. Oh fuck, he just shredded me like he's fucking Sonic the Hedgehog.
It's so part of the strategy that's really cool is they keep shooting flares at him, so it's like, or not flares, they're like smoke grenades.
Yeah, it's green flares.
Okay, but so it's obstructing his vision
because he says, oh, these are their signals.
Yeah,
signal things.
And ultimately, like, it works because it blinds him from Levi. And that scene,
it covers up his blind spot, the corners of his eyes, which is
And so this scene is just like iconic. It's like one of the. I remember forever ago, years ago, when we still do the Crunchyroll Awards, but we watched this scene for the Crunchyroll Awards because it was like
Did we?
Yeah, it was nominated for best fight scene of
Did it win?
2018. It must have.
Okay.
I could check.
I would. You can continue.
But so I remember we watched it, and you were like, Jim, there's probably gonna be spoilers. I was like, I don't care about Attack on Titan. I'm gonna fucking watch it, and I did. And unfortunately, I remembered it. But ultimately, what happens though, it's kind of like I wasn't expecting Zeke to get away here. I really because going into this, I was like, okay, well, I know Levi beats Beast Titan really easily. I thought he was gonna fucking kill him because that scene.
I thought so too.
He fucking he shoves his sword into his mouth. He slices his cheek in half. It's really brutal, and Levi is just furious. He is a virgin with rage here.
Yeah.
He's like,
you just killed everybody, you motherfucker.
Yeah,
and he basically gets destroyed, his limbs all cut off essentially, but the Pac-Mule Titan bites him and runs away essentially, and then they stick the other Titans, which that Levi makes quick work of.
Which I just want to note, Zeke is able to control them even out of Titan form. Just by yelling, he said, "Get them, you idiots." So that's pretty crazy that he can control Titans.
I don't think it was 2018.
Was it 2019?
I'm gonna check because it
couldn't have been.
The year of Devilman Crybaby. Let's see. Because it wasn't a best fight. Yeah, best ending sequence was Attack on Titan season 3. Best OP was Darling in the Franxx.
Yeah, that wasn't very good.
Best animation was Violet Evergarden. Best fight scene was All for One versus All Might. It didn't even win.
Oh, I remember when that won, and we were mad. We were angry. I think we both said, the Attack on Titan was the best.
What do you think the anime of the year was for 2019, if you can remember?
Do you have the list?
Yes.
Read the list, but mix up the order.
Oh, no, nominees. Okay, I have to go back to the nominees. Hold on, I have it right here. It's
gonna be like Jujutsu Kaisen or something.
No, it's not. It's a good one. It's actually a good shit.
Oh, is it good?
So we have Megalobox, My Hero Season 2, I believe.
Okay, it's not My Hero.
Bloom Into You, Violet Evergarden, Devilman Crybaby, or A Place Further in the Universe.
Oh, was it Devilman Crybaby?
Yes, it was.
Devilman Crybaby.
Yeah, I need to see the best fight scene real quick. Sorry, a small distraction.
This is a tiny distraction. It's not like your time on this
They
earth
didn't
is
have any of
precious
these characters as best antagonist for season 3.
Cringe. Zeke should have been.
Best fight scene was
even Reiner.
Jiren versus Goku.
Fuck you.
Hina versus Anzu from Hina Matsuri.
I remember that.
All Might. Satan versus Devilman. Yami versus Lich. Naruto and Sasuke versus They wasn't even nominated for best fight scene.
Wait.
This is the year season. Oh wait, I'm at 2018. Never mind. Wait.
All right, whatever. It's been too long. It's been too fucking long on this.
Let me. I'm sorry. Let me go back. Hold
on.
We
already did it. Okay, so we have Pac-Mule Titan grabs Zeke, and then all the Titans attack Levi, and then he's like, "Damn, I can't believe the Titans are attacking me, Levi." So we don't actually see what happens with him, but he ultimately is just able to get back to the wall by killing all the Titans again because he's fucking Levi. But yeah, so what we catch up to is we have crispy Armin on the ground. The other squad has beaten and pretty much totally incapacitated Reiner. And Hanji, and then we also have Flock heading towards with Erwin on his back.
Yes. So basically the whole thing is just the decision to who are you going to heal?
Because initially, Hanji is like, "Oh, we've captured Reiner. Quick, find Levi." She sicks Mikasa to find Levi so that she can get the vial. Because they're under the impression they're just going to eat Reiner, and they don't say it, but I wonder who it would have been. I wonder if it would have been Hanji. She probably would have wanted to do it.
It'd be Hanji or Jean, I think.
Yeah, and so there is also this other thing too, where Hanji has been really corrupted lately, and she wants to kill Reiner instantly.
I'm sorry, this is really funny though. This was nominated for in the best CGI category.
This was
this season because it's Land Lustrous won. Don't worry.
That's so weird to compare. Whatever. I don't want to talk about this.
I had to bring that up because I thought that was actually pretty funny.
Put your thing away. I will tolerate no more Crunchyroll award diversions, Sam.
Okay, continue.
I forgot.
We're on the choice, the decision.
Okay, so Hanji sicks Mikasa to go get the syringe. Once Mikasa gets there, she sees Levi with Eren and crispy Armin. And interestingly, so there's also this moment I mentioned before where Zeke sees Eren and he's like, "Hey, your dad betrayed both of us," or I think he said, "Your dad wronged both of us. I'm gonna save you, my baby boy. My sweet little Eren. And he scrunches up his cheek. Actually, he doesn't because he has no arms and legs right now.
No, he just, and then he runs away once Levi shield looks like, oh, fuck.
Yeah.
I gotta get out of here.
And so Levi, before they know that Armin's alive, Levi is like way more interested in not saving Armin than he is killing Zeke. Like,
yes, he is dead set.
He has no more fuel, so he's like, Eren, give me your shit. But then Armin's alive, the crispy Armin.
He gets like one gas, and that's like it. And
so yeah, they're like, shit, like, this is basically Eren has like a mental breakdown in this scene. He's like give it to me. Like we all just had the flashback.
We
right?
just agreed that we were going to give it to Armin. What are you doing? Like, and then the fuckboy arrives with perfect timing though.
It's very great timing. Which I have to be a little nitpicker here. How did he get into the wall? Did he zip with the thing?
I guess he has gas. He
couldn't have walked to the entrance because Eren had crystallified it with his Titan.
Sure. I guess he just climbed the wall with his gear.
I guess
he didn't really use much gas compared to everybody else, I'm sure.
Yeah, I guess so. Whatever. As I said, that was like a nitpick. So yeah, he comes. He's got Erwin, and then of course Levi immediately is like, "Fuck this! I'm going to save Erwin. Why would I save Armin? Erwin is like literally my best boyfriend. I'm in love with him.
He's my boy." How can he's going to lead us, the humanity, to victory?
Yeah, but then so it's this is like a really emotional scene. Don't want to really break down every moment of it, but
sure? It's a lot of like everybody threatening Mikasa, like threatening Levi, essentially having him at like knife point where we saw the flash forward.
So Levi, because Eren like attacks Levi, and Levi hits him so hard he knocks literally half of his teeth out.
Perfectly symmetrical.
Yeah, all the teeth on his right side. Then he. The Mikasa like goes to attack, which interestingly, he doesn't fight back.
No.
Like Mikasa notices like, oh, he's not really trying, but we know that they're both Ackermans, so they would be able to like.
Well, he says he's weak right now from right now, so I can totally take him out right now, guys. They're like, Mikasa, chill, and then like Eren basically is held down, but they kind of just like let him Hanji shows up and like holds Mikasa back even more. To be like, Erwin is the one that can like lead us to victory, like. But like Eren makes a counterpoint, like Armin came up with all these good plans that saved us, where Erwin didn't. He can also lead us to victory.
This is like the moment in the essay when you're using all of your evidence to support your claim. He's like, and then Armin did this and this, and he's right. I mean, Armin is like a genius tactician. He's come up with these incredible like clinch moment plans that like save everything. And also, I have to say, I know we normally are the I Hate Mikasa podcast. But this scene, Mikasa is like pretty emotional, and I really found myself kind of relating to her because she comes to the acceptance way quicker than Eren does. Because like she's really fighting against it. Hanji's like holding her back, and she's like, we see her like crying, and she eventually gives in, and she's like, no, it has to be done. Basically, like we can't fight. First off, we can't fight our commanding officers.
Yeah.
Second off, like
we can't be infighting.
Yeah. So
there may have been too much of that with like the whole revolution thing, essentially.
So yeah, and then eventually, like Eren seriously has an incredible speech here. Like the voice actor for Eren is so good. I think back to like the end of season 2 as well, when he had like the fit where he started like crying and laughing and maniacally.
Yes.
And he's like, everything fucking sucks, Mikasa. Like the actor is so incredible here. It like literally was moving me so much.
Yeah.
He basically just says like, Levi, have you seen the ocean? Have you heard of the sea? Like, we need to get Armin's goal is like the most important thing he's ever wanted is to see the fucking ocean.
We promised to see it together.
Yeah, and we need to do it. And he's like pleading with him, like,
but I love Erwin though.
Basically.
But
then eventually Levi's just like, fuck you, like everyone leave. I'm doing this alone. Like
I need space because you're gonna have a Titan here in like 2 seconds, and then. Right, you have to inject Erwin. He has like a fucking like
lucid moment.
Flashback of basically like a lucid flashback of him like raising his hand up in class saying like.
So what he said was like father, or I don't know, he says teacher.
Teacher,
actually.
like there has to be like people outside these walls essentially.
Yeah,
like,
this is something that we've seen before with him. His kind of arc this season has been about like, the truth, and like even as a kid he realized like, all the school books that we're reading are like propaganda. Like, how can they say for sure that there's no people outside the wall? That's kind of crazy to say. Which is one of those things, like, how do more people not realize this?
I was just waiting for him to wake up and saying, no, don't do it to me. He's the future. I've been grooming him to be me.
I think it's really good that they don't do that, because that would have been cheesy.
That's what I was expecting.
And it's also better, too, because it leaves it more ambiguous. Like, this really is, like, Levi's choice here. Like, Sophie's choice. Like,
yes. This is his little, like, Mass Effect choice, or, like, the BioWare choice of, like, you have two things to pick from.
Yeah, he has to make the big decision. Except it's never as emotional in those games as it is here. It's like, oh, the racist human or like the human that has no personality. Which one should I choose? I should probably let the racist one die, shouldn't I? But yeah, so ultimately, like, he has this moment where he's like,
we see the Erwin Titan, and he literally just
the Armin Titan.
Armin Titan. Fucking sorry. We mentioned this too. There's also a lot of names with just like M's as well, like Marlo, Marcel.
There's like a...
You said it was like Marlene.
There's like two Marlene... Like, in the OVA, there was like the Marlene Company. Yeah, it's funny.
But, so we see Armin eat to Bertholdt, who just wakes up, right? He's getting eaten. And he just
Hilarious
screams
timing.
out to everybody who just watches this from, like, the sides. And yeah, Armin's now the Colossal Titan.
Yeah, and
it's fucking crazy.
It's so the moment when Bertholdt is like screaming for help, he sees everyone. It's like like pure dramatic irony. Also, like, you did this to fucking Marco.
And what's it called? And we saw Zeke to say, I guess Bertholdt's basically lost at this point. He's fucked. So, and he gets Reiner out. And
yeah, he lets Bertholdt go really easy.
Says, like, Bertholdt's fucked. And we forgot to mention another key. I forgot this key detail. But when they had Reiner, they took a little like a metal thing out of his pocket and a letter from Ymir to give to Krista.
Yeah, and they said that was like he was reaching for it as they were killing him, like as they were taking him out. So
he probably taken out so they would have to give to her, maybe. Yeah,
either that or to me it seemed like it was precious to him because Hanji was like, oh, is it like suicide pills or something? Like,
yeah.
But yeah, so and of course we didn't mention it, but the cart titan I said it. Oops, spoilers.
The cart titan.
The cart titan.
It's close enough. It's
pack mule titan.
Yeah.
Oops.
It's the same thing.
Yeah, it's not really a spoiler. It's called the cart titan.
It looks like a pack mule.
It does look like a pack mule. So the cart titan jumps in and grabs him and then leaves.
Yep, and that's basically
where make it out.
Armin gets out, and then that's basically where we left off, essentially.
Yeah, so, it's kind of insane. It's kind of fucking crazy that all this happened.
Awesome. I fucking like hype ass 4 episodes, man.
Isn't it good? Isn't Attack on Titan good?
It's good. I'm excited for when it gets bad.
We'll see. We'll see if it gets bad. I don't know. I do want to say there's one moment. So a lot of people really like Erwin as a character. He's like by far a humongous fan favorite.
I can tell.
And I think it's very interesting too. The moment where Flock brings him back, Flock is not motivated in like a normal way. He's not motivated in like, I want to save my commander because he's like my friend. He says like, I didn't want him to get out of this hell that easily.
Yeah, he was going to give him mercy. When he was walking back, he was going to like execute him quickly. But
so he's like, I didn't want him to get out of this hell so easily. I wanted to resurrect him so he could become a devil to destroy all the Titans. Like, this Flock character is a fucking maniac.
Hey, it sounds like what Historia said. I'm just like,
I want to be the worst girl in the universe or whatever.
Essentially. So.
Yeah, maybe they will fuck and get married.
No, I don't want this fuckboy to live. I'd rather have like Marlo just be with the crew.
Unfortunately, Marlo got a big rock in his face.
I thought at least one member of like our squad would die, like Connie or so at least. But
there's a moment where it feels like Sasha is going to die.
One part where Connie is like about to go chase. Zeke, I was like, oh, this is when Connie fucking dies, but no, they didn't do that. Surprisingly,
Connie gets to live another day.
Like that one character, like, how are you not dead? Like
he's one of those characters that has really gotten lucky by like, I mean, he's not bad, but he doesn't stack up. Even like we've talked about this. Sasha even had like amazing epic moments by herself.
He's gonna kill the beast. Connie's gonna kill the beast titan. Don't worry.
I really want you to think about that again. Like that one line made it seem like it was gonna be his fight.
He didn't get that upset when he saw him either, because like that's what you assume is the beast titan. Everybody came to that conclusion. Like Eren's like, oh, he must be the beast titan.
Unfortunately, there's too many emotions in all the other characters that there's none left over for Connie. He's basically just there to like have an epic scene where he doesn't attack.
His mother gets cured. I don't know.
save his disgusting
anything
Titan
anything
mom.
else to talk about before we get to this? Because I'm not sure if I have any more predictions that are actually like right or not. I'm excited if I actually have any more or not.
I feel like you are not going to be prepared for what happens.
The next 4 episodes.
Yeah, you are going to be like, it's going to be hilarious watching you because.
So I did find the it was from 2020 was why we couldn't find the best fight scene for this.
Whoa, that's so weird.
This isn't the 2020 award, so it could have been 2019, but the awards didn't.
I see.
So this was a stacked year for fights though, because we had King Crimson versus Metallica.
Yes.
Levi versus Beast Titan.
Yes.
Mob versus Tochiro in Mob Psycho Season 2, which is fucking amazing.
Was that the one that was like, he was in like the dream world and he fought him for like half an episode?
Either that or it's like the final battle between the dad.
I literally, yeah, I forget the character's names.
Episode 19 of Demon Slayer. Who do you think you fucking won that year?
Oh, it was Demon Slayer, wasn't it?
Thorfinn versus Thorkel, which is it was a good fight in Vinland.
That was a good fight, actually.
And then
that was animated pretty well.
And then there was a Fate fight.
Fate fight. I think did we watch that one?
What?
I feel like
we watched.
We try and watch all of them.
Last year was the one we couldn't find because literally finding the anime was like not like half a word on Crunchyroll. That year we did watch like all of these.
Okay, but so yeah, obviously Demon Slayer won. I don't care
because everybody cried over episode 19, where I'm crying over Levi like in a blood rage, literally doing aura punches like on the fucking Beast Titan.
It's incredible. I mean,
this
like
cocky motherfucker, like finally see him get the shit kicked out of him. It's so good.
It's so great to see Zeke taken out.
It's a literal camper just get the shit kicked out of him out of a guy that sneaked all the way around to go kill him.
He got 100%. He rolled 100% stealth roll.
Or it's like, you ever play Battlefield where like just one guy just sniping on a hill and you go all this way to trek behind him slowly with a knife out.
You cut his arms and legs off. And then...
Essentially.
I think that was... I just really wanted to mention
you can't do Battlefield because Attack on Titan's going to have a crossover in Call of Duty.
Spoilers. We don't know about that yet.
They got data mine. They have the swords already in the data mine of like as a melee weapon.
It's very fucking funny. Very fucking funny.
So weird.
I mean, I guess now's the time because the final season's about to air.
So anything else question wise for this? Because this is a really fucking awesome set of episodes.
Yeah, I mean, it was just
finally get to that basement now.
The basement is coming. That's all I gotta say. Like
they do some rubble to find Eren's
Erwin's
house.
Not gonna see it. How do you feel that Erwin is not gonna see the basement?
I kind of saw it coming, but I mean, like almost all the scouts are not going to see it. Only Hanji's and Hanji, Levi, and the fucking fuck boy are going to see it. And with the rest of our squad that's left standing.
Yeah, it's just kind of sad because the man really wanted it.
I thought at least like there'd be someone with like a lighter wound maybe survived. Someone got like no, everybody just fucking dead.
Flock is literally the sole survivor.
Yeah.
Well, presumably he was going around and just killing the other guys.
I guess so, yeah.
The guys that he deemed wouldn't make it, which I think is like kind of fucked.
Kind of fucked up, but he probably won't bring that up at all.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Like.
It's weird that he's gonna be a character now, though.
It seems like it, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
until he gets jobs out.
It's one of the rare times where an arc character, an arc rando just lives, and like he's just like, hey.
Yeah, I got time when you like, okay, maybe Marlo's gonna be the one that like lives, but
I'm so sad. I really like Marlo. Yeah. He's like, I feel like he was downplayed in the first half of the season. He should have been like more there.
A new entry to our squad because he was like, we've had him for a long time, and like being the one good military police member.
Yeah. It's cool, and like you have the Annie connection too.
Yeah.
For if that ever comes up.
Just gonna drag Hitch back and just like
so I can see Hitch again.
Yeah.
Do you think we'll see Hitch again?
I don't know.
And Hitch is like, I joined the Scouts.
In Pog form, yes.
In Pog form. What do you think? She's gonna get flattened? Do you say Annie's gonna sit in her?
Sit on her face.
All right. I don't really have anything else to say. Yeah. I just.
Yeah, me neither. I'm ready. I'm good. I'm excited to see what's in the basement. So
you're freaking you're gonna freaking see it.
I made my predictions in the past because like what I think I've heard about the basement. So
all right, we won't say that again just because we're so close.
Yes.
So unfortunately, the hole has been plugged.
Yes.
So we can't plug anymore. We're not allowed to do any more plugs in this show.
But I will plug up by stuffing the Beast Titan in my mouth, plugging my mouth with the Beast Titan to do my plugs. So
do it.
Thank you all for listening. We are almost on season 3, and wait until we see what the OVA Sundays are going to be after we finish season 3.
OV-unday.
Yeah, call it Movie Sunday next.
Movie Bunday.
Movie Fun Day.
Booby.
But yeah, thank you all. Thank again. like, comment, subscribe, all that wonderful stuff, and yeah, discuss it about what all the fun stuff about this. What your favorite stuff about this arc? What these 4 episodes at least?
Yeah, I want to know. There's so many epic moments.
There is a lot packed in there. It's a big, meaty, juicy 4 episodes.
Big Beast Titan. I want to have one last thing about Beast Titan. I like how chonky he is. It's very funny, and the way they animate him, they go ham, especially when he starts like throwing pitches.
Yes,
his whole freaking body.
They
moves.
really want to do their baseball episode, and that's the closest they got.
they really wanted to do like an OVA where Gene like just picks up a baseball
Don't
bat.
give him ideas. So,
hey guys, we could play baseball. I hate my mom.
Stop hating your mom, Gene. Oh my god. Again, you can follow the podcast on Twitter, me and Jim separately. You can also join the Discord, and that's all the plugs. I'm spitting out the Beast Titan to tie him up. How do you get tied up on the back of the pack mule?
The user of the Titan could have
That's right. They can do the thing where you kind of come out of the neck, tie him up real quick, and then just go.
Yeah, they could have done that. I could see that happening. Or maybe Zeke is like he used his like veins. He like shot his veins out.
It was rope. It was clearly a rope.
No, but I'm saying like he used veins to tie the ropes around him.
Ugh. Gross.
Or maybe he had one of the big Titans tie him up, like how you tie your shoes.
There were like no Titans left.
Well, half of them were there. There was like because Levi only went through like the left side.
The 4.
So all of the right side Titans were there.
The ones that he slaughtered on the way to the Beast Titan?
Because they were
the other ones that were left were the other side. There was only 4 of them like on the other side of him.
Well, there were more than 4.
But that was only 4 that really attacked him like on their way.
But whatever. I mean, I'm just saying there were other Titans there that could have tied him up like shoelaces, whatever. This is stupid. This is a dumb conversation.
I like the stupid stuff. It's like my thing. It's just to go in stupid details.
All right. Are we done here?
I guess so.
All right, let's fucking
And we'll see you next time when we finish season 3.
Yeah, well, I can't believe it. It's a long time coming, but I can't believe it. Season 4 is gonna be crazy.
Yes.
End of season 3 is gonna be crazy. Season 4, you're not gonna be prepared for it.
I'm not. I'm excited to see the backstory of the Nazi armband they attempted to sell.
Oh ho ho! You'll see.
We'll get there, and we'll see you. Season 3 and on Movie Monday as well.
Movie Monday. We'll see.
Movie Sunday.
We'll
Could
see.
be Movie Monday. I like Movie Monday.
It doesn't really matter. Any day's fine. All right. Later. Goodbye.
Goodbye.